If your photography business feels a little bit stuck, hopefully this video will help you clarify and fix some of those issues. When I started as a professional photographer, the one thing that I didn't have was clarity. I would shoot anything I could, anybody that was paying money, anybody who wasn't paying money, because I was trying to build a portfolio. And really the clarity that I needed first was clarity for myself, but I didn't have it. But I think if you get that clarity yourself, then you can market that clarity and market your message online or in person or however you were marketing your business at that time. But at the beginning, I was shooting anything and everything. Being in the Midwest, I would shoot horse shows and weddings and portraits and seniors and children and babies at times, which I really never wanted to do. But if it paid a little bit of money, I would do it because my cameras were paid for and I needed to make some money. So the problem with that is, say if you put too much stuff on your website and I go to that website and I see that you just take pictures and anything and everything. I mean, I might hire you, but I would probably go to the other guy, like the one who specializes in this or that. Just think of it this way. Say if you needed a knee surgery, would you go to a general practitioner or would you go to a knee specialist? Of course you're going to go to the knee specialist because they've done that kind of surgery like so many times, they could probably do it in their sleep. But I've even, gone to general doctors for things and it's fine, it's good. They know what it seems like the basics. I think the same thing would be similar with photographers. If I was going to have my $5 million home photographed, would I just go to somebody who shoots anything? Or would I go to somebody who shoots high-end interiors and architecture? Be clear within yourself and clear with people. They will just appreciate it and so will you. Strategy. I'm always strategizing, almost to the point of lunacy, really. But strategy is super important. What are we doing here? I've heard that term where they say, you want to steal like an artist. I forget who said that, like Da Vinci or somebody. No. Hey Siri, who said steal like an artist?
The phrase steal like an artist is often attributed to Pablo Picasso, who said good artists copy, great artists steal. However, the phrase was popularized by Austin Kleon, who wrote a book with the same title.
Okay, and it's Austin Kleon, and I've read his book, it's really good. Yeah, just strategize. Read some books on it. Seth Godin's a good one. Oh, in simple systems, if I have a monotonous task, I think it was Tim Ferriss was the person that said you want to automate your monotonous things. Simple structures and systems that are going to help you get more productive and more creative and stuff like that. So one of the things that we do in my mentorship program, the Photography Space, is help you create some systems. So say for instance, if you were telling me about how you can't organize your batteries and you don't know what to do. How do I keep my batteries organized? Then I would help you figure that out. Or how do you keep your flash cards or your SD cards organized? Or how do you do backups? Or how do you do things in Lightroom or Photoshop? Or with your camera. Gear is very important and it's fun to master all that stuff, but you need to figure out what's the most important thing when time calls for it. This is exactly the kind of stuff that I'd like to focus on with photographers in the Photography Space, my mentorship program, because a lot of times they don't know what to focus on, and I like to kind of bring in some of that old man wisdom. I'm not that old. A lot of photographers have problems going full-time. So going part-time is easy. It's like nights and weekends. You could assist somebody with a wedding, or maybe you could shoot some real estate or portraits or seniors. And it's not a big deal. There's no real super big deadline on getting stuff done. You can learn a lot of the technical stuff and, what file format do I shoot in? RAW, obvi. But sometimes it's just hard to figure all these things out. So going back to that whole Picasso quote, stealing like an artist, I don't think you want to steal like how other photographers' looks are and everything like that. And I've seen some major theft going on out there. and I've been stolen from. Oh, don't get me started. Stealing like an artist is, I think, taking little snippets and then doing something and making it your own. As far as like your system on doing things, that's something that you have to do for yourself. You know what you're working with, you know your capabilities, and you have to do the best thing for you and your clients. One of the things I also want to talk about is how photographers get and stay stuck. Some of the common myths about, oh, I need to get a better camera, or oh, I need a new website, or oh, I just need more followers. Really? You don't. And I've known photographers that are well into their 50s and 60s that still say things like, I need to get that new camera. I need to get a better camera. Or that lens. Or, hey, can I borrow your lens? No. Once you have clarity within yourself, your brand, your business, everything, then you can start building those systems that matter. No clarity equals no direction, and that equals no growth. True story. What does clarity actually mean? It means knowing your niche. If you're just shooting weddings, just shoot weddings. On your website, just put wedding pictures. On your marketing, say that you're a wedding photographer. Don't say you'll shoot anything for everybody, because you will get some gigs, but they will be limited. Trust me. Know your offer. That's kind of what I was saying before. You know what you are kind of optimized for, and that's what I love about optimizing. You know what your goal is, you know where you're heading, and how can you make it a better journey for yourself to do that, or how to get there. If you're clear, then you can figure out how to optimize things better. It just, I don't know, it just works like that. Once you have that clarity, then you have to know how to communicate your offer, and you know how to communicate it online. If you know what your offer is, you can put it on your webpage, you can put it on your Facebook, your Instagram, your Google page. I like to say them all. Been doing this for years, and it can be a little bit tedious to spend so much time updating profiles, getting all your brand pages correct and matched up and kind of optimized for whatever platform you're on. Maybe it's LinkedIn, or maybe it's, X. Then you have to understand where your clients are coming from. And by understanding their journey, you can kind of help set up little checkpoints along the way. What can you do that's going to help them more decide on, what they're going to wear, or how they're going to stage their home, or, what kind of clothes they're going to put on their kids for their baby pictures. And that's from discovery to the booking process, to the photo shoot, till the delivery of the photos. Also, another thing I want to talk about is how to get your brand dialed in. I don't know where this comes from, but I've always been into optimizing things. I think we have this idea in our heads about how can I do this better, but this is a reoccurring theme for me, and it should be for you as well. How do I make my camera bag lighter? When I pack my car, I want to have everything right there, because I've been in those scenarios before where I've been missing things. So I open up an Apple Note and I remind myself later when I get home, hey, I need sunblock when I'm packing up for the shoot. Let's just leave some sunblock in my car year round. Who knows? I had to have a little melanoma removed from right here. So I'm big on sunblock now. I always have it with me, because you never know. Sometimes the sun can be really intense and you're doing a shoot and you need some protection. After you get these things dialed in, you always have to kind of go back and focus on your brand and how you dial it in. You want your brand to be so dialed that it starts to bring in premium clients. And that's what happens. People notice that online. I remember at one point I was doing like luxury weddings from the get-go. I did a pretty good job with it. I posted my pictures on Facebook and on my website, and a lot of people started to notice, and they just liked my work. Next thing you know, they were like, hey, can you take pictures of our business? So that actually seemed like it was a better marketing strategy than having a website that said I shoot weddings and I shoot commercially. It just seems weird. They just don't jive well with each other when they're on the same page, right? If you've ever felt stuck, this is probably why. And what I say is, to get unstuck, you have to go through everything. You have to reevaluate everything. You have to be tenacious. No clarity, no system, no strategy. It'll keep you part-time, trust me. This is why I created the photography space. So, photographers that need to talk to somebody about how they want to do things or how they can optimize. They have like a big brother that they can talk to. That would be me. If you kind of like what I'm saying about all this stuff, trust me, I have been shooting photos and videos for a long time, longer than what I care to say in this video. But it is decades. 4 decades? 90s, 2000s, teens, 20s. Damn! I'm old, but I'm still having fun. Booyah! If you like this video, I've got more that I'm trying to publish at least once per week. Like, subscribe, follow, and I will see you in the photography space.